it's me. I just want to do a quick thing. I just got home. My mom had surgery yesterday. Just a little personal thing. I don't think she'd be too happy about me broadcasting it over the internet, but no big deal. And she's doing okay. She's home. We stayed over at her house last night with the dogs to make sure she was doing okay, and she has us on speed dial, so that went well. And I got a bunch of stuff from the hospital. I don't know that I feel good saying this, but I got a gown and some face masks for when I may need them, when I'm gonna be so completely more than I am now, considering what I'm gonna talk about in this video, immune suppressed. My mom gave me her socks. They're little, I don't know if any of you had surgery recently, which I hope you haven't, but they have this thing called the Bair, Bair heating system, and it's a gown you wear, and it has just a little paper hole, and the hole, a hose goes in it, and you have a little control, and you can control how warm or cool the air is going through the gown. My mom explained it to me when she had a surgery before, and it didn't really make sense. I guess I should have gotten maybe some pictures or something, but it's very cool because it, they 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 disconnect the gown when you're in basically like holding, and then when you go in for surgery, they hook another more industrial machine up to it, so it keeps your body temperature regulated during surgery, and I think it's really cool. But they make gowns and they make socks, which are the coolest hospital socks I've ever seen. If I didn't feel so awful, I would show them to you. Maybe I'll show you my booty later. But they're cute. They're white and they have little bear paws on them that are purple because the gowns are purple. I got a hospital gown to add to my collection. I'm trying to convince Jakki. She came up with the idea, but now I'm trying to convince her to actually make me my own hospital gown with a hood. I kind of collect them, and it started with a really funny story. Well, it wasn't very funny at the time, but I was going to get acupuncture, and they had these awesome gowns. They were green striped with purple nautical stars, and they just rocked. And my massage therapist that I saw after every time I had acupuncture, because it hurt so bad, but it helped for a couple days. And I really think, to be honest, it was more the massage than it was the acupuncture. But the clinic was closing down, and my massage therapist wasn't there that day, and I was laying with electrodes in. We did my entire front and my entire back with needles, so somewhere over 100 needles. I was laying with my back. We had just finished the front, and I was laying with my back, and they hooked him up to electrodes, and they do electric current through it. And they also put lamp over you to heat you. To heat up the needles too, but felt something crawling, and you're not encouraged to move with the needles in. And for those of you who are scared of acupuncture, you really don't feel the needle go in. Sometimes they need to be adjusted, but they don't hurt. I can't say they don't hurt, but it's a lot less than the needle stick. They're as thin as one strand of your hair. So you really, really can't feel them, but if you're needle phobic, I guess you would. But anyway, it's an alternative therapy, and it did help me in some ways. So if you're scared because of the needles, from personal experience, I don't like pain, and I don't like needles. Not needle phobic, but I don't like needles. And she had me close my eyes, and she put 3 needles in, and she said, "Did you feel anything?" And I said, "No." So that. And she had them she put them in the bottom of my foot and like 2 other weird places that we think would really hurt. So don't let that deter you. Anyway, so I'm on my back, the electrodes are hooked up, and black lung. And electrodes hooked up, and I started to feel this like crawling sensation, and then this stinging sensation, and then more crawling sensations. And I'm moving because it's on my back, and I have needles all down my back and my legs, and in my hands. and the back of my neck. So every time you move, you can feel the needles. They don't suggest it. I was being stupid or intelligent, depending on how you look at it. And kept looking, and I found out that I have fire ants on me. And so I immediately, a flush of hot came over me. There's a hole in the table, like the massage tables. I threw up through the hole. I screamed bloody murder, and I was like, pull the needles out. Literally, I put on my clothes, I put on the gown, and it was the first and only appointment out of like the 50 that I'd been to that Jakki didn't go with me. And I drove home. And I walk in the door and I have this gown on and all my clothes, but the gown's on top of my clothes. She's like, "Do you steal a gown?" And I'm like, long story. Needless to say, she was pissed, and they went bankrupt because somebody was stealing money within the company, and the doctor was actually not in the country, and whatever. No longer there, but I still have contact. I could be in contact with some massage therapists. Anyway, that was my point, and so that was the first gown that I kind of got one of the cool ones, and every time I go and I see one I really like, I'm kind of like, this is actually the one I just got is one of the first ones I've actually taken, and whatever. So I know it's kind of nutty. I got some Tegaderm, which used to cover my patch, and another pair of socks. It was kind of. It's really kind of funny, me doing it, because when we go to a doctor's office, my mom's always the one rummaging through the drawers and taking pens and whatever. She's just very funny, and so I figured I had to do it to keep her feeling well. But Jakki and I are both having some trouble breathing, and I definitely feel like I did when I had pneumonia at the very beginning. My cough, it hurts. I breathe, it hurts. I breathe too deep, it's painful. Um, Talking is pretty painful, but I'm willing to do it because I'm afraid if it gets worse, I won't be able to make videos. So there's that, and I've got ice bat over here. Just keep me company. And this is Arthur. I don't know if you guys have met Arthur. It's like it's a quilt that Jakki made me. It kind of lives with the bed and me. So I'm hanging out, and she's not feeling well either, so much so that she scheduled a doctor's appointment tomorrow. And I've got one tomorrow, and then I'll schedule one tomorrow because I need to go in and talk about this mess. Which they'll just probably put me on antibiotics because I think I have 2 ear infections too. And antibiotics with me is a double-edged sword because you put me on and make me feel better for something small, and my body is reacting to them because of the bacteria in the Lyme. So it's more complicated than just going on, going on the antibiotics for anybody else. So I have to kind of decide if it's worth it to go on it for 5 days to get better, or wait till Friday when I see the wizard and see when he wants to start them. Because if he starts them, then the antibiotics are going to kill whatever infection I have. We would hope, anyway. But it takes extra long. Anytime I have to do antibiotics for any kind of sick thing, I have to do 2 courses usually, and a course of steroids. And of course, steroids are a very, very, very big double-edged sword because I have no immune system, and they kill my immune system more. So it's kind of dangerous. It's like you're already sick with an infection, and then you're taking something that makes you more susceptible. Yeah. Anyway, we're doing okay. Both going to the doctor hopefully tomorrow. I'll try to do an update. I'll ask Jakki to do a marshmallow video. I know several of you have asked, and how we do them and what we do. She started doing them when she got a KitchenAid mixer for Christmas and hasn't stopped since. And everybody that eats them loves them. So, alright, it's 9 minutes and 30 seconds. I've rambled and it's painful. I'm gonna go put a heat pack on my chest, and you guys take care.